All right, golfers, thanks for joining me today. Today's video is all about 5 steps to better impact. So if you're struggling to get into that professional looking impact position, then today's video is really going to help. Let's dive straight into it. Step 1 is just understanding the difference between setup and impact. A lot of players, this is where many everyday golfers need to start. Just understanding the difference, I think, can be a wonderful starting point. So first, we note that this is a setup position. Now, just understanding where impact is for the professional, their body, the hips are forward, open, with some shaft lean. So you've got 1, 2, 3. Now into this professional looking impact position. From this view, here's setup. 1, 2, 3. There's impact. So you can just start to understand setup, impact, setup, impact, and just understanding the difference between the two. I think it's a great place to start. So yes, impact's a position that we move through. It's a very small moment in time throughout the swing, but understanding the feels and where we want to be just helps with that awareness of what we're trying to achieve here through impact. So it's a great one to train. So that's step number 1, is just understanding the difference between setup and impact. Now step number 2 is what I call the impact scoop drill. So essentially we're going to start, you can do these at home, you can do them at the range. I actually encourage, when you're practicing at home, to do these at home, because hitting these little shots that we're going to do, doing it in a driving range where it's costing you quite a bit of money per ball, here it's going to be free. You can do it with a foam ball, you can do it with a real ball if you've got a net. So for this one, setting up, use for this your most lofted club. So I've got my 58 degree, use your lob wedge, whatever your most lofted club is, your sand wedge, you'll see why. So we're going to go set up, impact. Now from here, we're just going to move through to this post impact position just to here. And our goal is to try and keep that golf ball on the club face until this point. So we're trying to get from here, set up, impact. Now you see how that rolled over my club. That rolled this way. It went whoop, this way. So that showed that I've got a little bit scoopy on that one. So again, we're going to try again and just try and keep that club face pointing in such a position where, there we go. I was able to advance that ball. Now a lot of players, when you first do this, you will go and that ball would just slide right over the club. The club would just slide right under, boom, like that. So you get to this point where it'll get very frustrating. You'll have all your golf balls just here in front of you. So the goal is to try and get it advancing out there with just this little move. Set up, impact. Now you can see the difference here. You can also use a foam ball for that. Now you don't need a net for this. You can just do this in your front room. Set up, impact. And again, you're just training what impact's like. So that's a wonderful one there, guys. Step number 2 is using a ball and just trying to reduce the amount of what we typically see for a lot of amateur golfers is this position of impact. So you're just training a lovely impact and post-impact feel very slowly. With any skill, always good to start slowly, build it up eventually into a full swing. If you're learning the guitar for the first time, you won't go straight into pumping out a song. You'd be learning the different chords bit by bit, slowly, and over time you can start to blend it into a nice, beautiful, full song. Here, when you're training impact, depending on what level you're at, you can start at level 1 and then build it up. Now, stage number 3 is starting to swing little shots from sort of P2, hip to hip, through to this small follow-through position, and I would add in a constraint for this. So, depending on what you've got available here, if you're on the grass, you can put an alignment rod into the ground at about a 45-degree angle, or you could use at home some sort of prop, a basket turned upside down, anything you could get to create this kind of angle. For safety, you could also put on an alignment rod, you could also put on a noodle on top of the rod, just for some added safety, but I'll keep that off just for now. And what we're trying to do with the same club is just from setup going into impact again, making a little backswing to P2 here, and then through just post impact, and we're trying to swing without hitting that alignment rod. So you're just training this position. So it's going to stop a lot of those players that are in this position post impact and just clattering into that rod. So from here, start very small, set up, impact, a little backswing, and you're really just training impact. I'm getting a real sensation, a feel of where my pelvis is, where my body is, where my hands are, trying to get that nice bit of forward shaft lean, set up, impact, and just chipping a few out there, guys. Nothing major. Again, foam balls if you need. Bang, in, through, there, just training impact. So that's stage 3. Those that really struggle with that will go, and that thing will go flying. So that's a great one to build up. Now we're starting to go on to step number 4, which now I'm going to progress to a 7-iron. I'm going to hit some stronger shots now. The reason I like to use those wedges to start with is because it encourages you to deal off the club, hit it as low as you possibly can with those clubs, which is going to promote that more of that shaft lean and that sizzle off the face. So when you go to your longer clubs, you really get that pop off the face. Now we're going to go step 4, which is half swing drills. P3, which is lead arm parallel to P9, same on the follow through. Just hitting little shots, really getting the sensation of that impact feel. So set up, get into impact, little swing to P3 and through, bang. So you're just training impact again. Now if you've got a net at home, you could just be sizzling shots into that net. It's not costing you a penny to hit these shots. Bang, boom, through. And look at where the body is through impact. So you're just really training that sensation. So set up, impact. And just a great one there, guys, to feel impact. You'll probably start to find, and you can start to ramp up the speed of that if you like. You can start slow. I really encourage that for a lot of players that want to get the kinesthetic awareness of where the body is. And see how I'm starting to really feel impact, feel those feels from stage 1, 2, and 3. And then you can start to really ramp it up and add in some speed and see what you can do with little half swings. And that teaches you so many things, hitting hard, stop quick from a short swing. Really, really great drill to do, guys. So that is step number 4, P3 to P9 half swing drills. And then finally you can jump into step 5, which is ramping it up to a full swing. So you can start this one where you actually get into impact again. So set up, impact, and swing all the way back to the top and through to a full finish. So we'll start with that one. Set up, impact, and through. And again, just getting a sensation of where you want to be through impact. Now I might even go a bit slower for that. Set up, impact. And you can actually just bounce around at different speeds. You can train that at quarter speed, half speed. I'll go quarter speed here. And again, you're just training. You spend a whole practice session just feeling where I need to be at impact. Then I might go half speed, 3/4 speed, and then up to full speed. And then when I'm feeling good, having done it from a impact position to start with, I might just then go back to a normal setup position. I've really created some good feels of where to be. Now when I step into my normal setup position in my swing, I've trained that for the last however long, and now I can start to feel where I need to be. So setting up normally here, full swing. And if you were to film yourself on camera, you'd start to see where is my body at impact. Bang, there we are. So set up. So guys, there is a very simple process that you can do whether you're at the range or at home, no matter what level, to improve your impact. 5 steps to better impact. Get amongst it, guys. That's really going to help your impact position start sizzling it more like the pro, hitting it longer, straighter, all those good things that we're looking for. And if you'd like any more free tips to improve your game, click the link in the description below. Guys, let me know how you go with that. Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do look forward to seeing you next time.